Alright, welcome to North Star Angling. Not doing any fishing today because it's March and it's like 35 degrees and the wind is like 40 miles an hour. So I've just been down here getting ready for the season and stuff. And it means a lot of line spooling. Now since I was, 8 years old, 9 years old, I've been fighting line twist. And I've always had a lot of spinning reels, but I've tried it every way, man. I've tried it to label up, and label down, and throwing it in the water, and pencil between the toes, and dragging the line out behind the boat, and every possible thing you can think of. But I think finally, after decades, I might have found the solution, Just this year, I picked up the, I don't know how to say it, Piscifun, I don't know, line spooler. And I've only had this thing about a week and been messing with it, and I've spooled up a bunch of these rods here. And I'm excited. I think this thing might be the trick. This might be solving a problem I've had, since the 70s. Here, look at this. Just any reel I've put this on. Oops. Not a lot of room in the basement. But look how it just lays on the spool. That's 4-pound mono. Some braid. But this thing is pretty slick. So let me show you what comes in the box and show you how it works, tell you how to use it. Of course, I'll put the the Amazon link below if you want to check the thing out. And let me not bump into things. Hey, let's check this thing out here, the Piscifun Line Spooler. All right, for a little look at what comes in the box here. This is what you get. Just some easy instructions. Get the reel seat rod handle part, if you will. Oops. You get the front part, the actual, the winder there. And then a couple little, I'll show you what these are for. You get a pair of smaller kind of brackets. And you get a pair of larger brackets. And I'll show you what both of these are for. But then that's all that comes in the box. Just foam. But pretty easy setup. Okay, let me show you how to put it together and what it does. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to keep mine in the box for storage because I will lose these things sure as Sunday. So I'm just going to keep it all together and use it like this whenever I need. Sweet. Okay, so of course, literally, the reel seat part will just slide in here. You'll have the windy part down there. And of course, we're going to put our reel here. And I'll show you how to attach the the spool to these things. All right, I'll show you what these little plastic adapters are that come with. Here, I'll start with these. These are for a wider spool. Here, let me demonstrate. So you have a wide spool like this. You just take one and shove it into each, little hole right there. There's one right here too on the other side of the paper. So it would go like this. And lean over and grab this. What it does, these little round things, that sits on the little ball right here and lets it spin. So you just kind of finagle. You just kind of finagle that open, pull these, see, and then it would sit there, and then, it can turn like this, and of course it will spin this way. When you, if you're doing a spinning reel, I'm talking spinning reels here, you will let it spin. If you're doing a bait caster, you tighten this down and just hold it straight. But that's what the little ones are for, is for a wider spool, and that's how you attach it. Here comes the other one. Now if you have a thinner spool, maybe something like this, that's where the other two might come into play. You kind of twist them together. Oops, yeah. There's a way they can, yeah, there you go. So they kind of become, not like they stick together or anything, but they kind of join together, become one thing. And then you can just shove that right through here. So now you're just going to do the same thing. We're just going to, hook it up just like this. Just like we did the other one. You would just take it and pull these things apart. Oh, easier said than done while filming. But there we go. See, and then again, this would be able to turn, and this would be able to turn. So that's what the little plastic adapters are for. But here, let's get an empty reel and spool up some line. We're just gonna get my spinning reel. Step one here is attach it to the reel seat with some Suffix Elite 12-pound low vis green mono. So it's a pretty wide spool. So I'm going to use the smaller adapters down here. One sec. All right. Now the way I attach the thing to the spool, I literally just tape it on. I don't even do a knot. People might think that's silly, but I'm just fishing walleyes and bass and stuff. I'm not going to get spooled by a walleye or a bass or anything. Never in my whole life had a line go to the end of the spool. Anyway, just maybe 1 or 2 wraps just so it stays put. And then we're going to put the line up top here. Right, if the line is really springy and wants to come off the spool, I find a little piece of tape on there to keep it in place while I'm setting all this up. It can do wonders. So we're just going to take our little adapters, put one on one side, one on the other side, play the little game where we just try to get the things wide enough. Whoops. Hang on. Dropped one under the spool. Alright, so I used so I've got it back out from under the floor there. And got it on. And then we just start cranking. And you want it to crank at the same rate as your handle up front. This was a thing that took me a reel or two to figure out. I was doing it too slow. And I wasn't getting it to spin at the right rate. So yeah, it's going just perfect like this. This is what we want. Geez, maybe the little WD-40 for the reel wouldn't be a bad idea too, huh? You can already see it laying on there so nice. And this was really springy, coily line to start with. But this is the game right here. Boy, it's just spinning perfect with it. Like I say, it took me a couple reels to kind of get the cadence. You got to go fast enough to spin it, but you can't go nuts. Alright, we're getting there. Maybe just a few more turns. Just look at that. Just beautiful how it lays on there. Move that handle. I just love that. So yeah, I've done a whole bunch of my collection here of my spinning reels. I redid everything because once you do one reel like this, I mean, you can't go back. You can't go back to having those knots just spring off there. There's nothing more frustrating. All right, now here's my collection of spinning reels, and I've done them all up with this thing. And it doesn't matter, braid, mono, got the ultralight here with 4-pound test, and then over there I got the cat rod with 40-pound test. Doesn't matter, all just lays on there so smooth. Man, I wish I'd have just done this years ago. But speaking of the ultralight, I had this out at the water the other day, and just to do a little follow-up, let me show you how well this thing casts, how smooth it comes off the reel. Here, check this out. Yeah, perfect. Look at it just pull off there. No twists, no knots, no springing off the spool. Cast so nice, just comes off so smooth. All right, so yeah, I'm impressed, eh? The Piscifun, whatever, Speed Spooler. I wish I'd had this, decades ago, and could have saved myself a lifetime of hassle. Big thumbs up. Of course, again, like I say, Amazon link down below if you want to check the thing out. You might be able to tell, but I'm a fan. Highly recommend it, and it's going to make my year in the water a lot less frustrating. All right, hopefully we'll see you out on the water real soon as the weather turns good for me. Talk to you soon.